It's Diane with Diane's Blue Hearts and Butterflies again. I created another gift box of tags using the mini pizza boxes, and I created a liner that would go in and hold the tags and the embellishments for this, and I wanted to share this with you. Not so much the stamping, but the liner and putting it together. Some of the products that I used was the gold mini pizza boxes, the designer series paper stack, 'Tis the Season, it's 6x6s, and the largest piece that I needed was 6 inches, so that worked out well. I did use the Perfectly Plaid stamp set and the Pine Tree Punch. They go together, and I used those for the tags, and then I stamped or punched the tree for the front. I also used the row of trees from the Rustic Retreat stamp set. I thought that it really kind of pulled that together. And then for the tags, I used the Scallop Tag Topper Punch to create those with 2-inch wide strips of the cardstock. And I measured them out at 3.5 inches by 2, and then I punched the top and was able to have room to stamp and decorate on those. And so let me show you some of the other things. So again, the tree punched out of the designer series paper, 2¼ inch circle that I stamped those trees on, a little piece of designer series paper that is 3 3/8 by 1 inch, and these together create this top part to decorate the top of the box. And I did use dimensionals to put the tree up on the top of that. And again, like I said, the 2 inches by 3.5 inches, and then I used the Scallop Tag Topper for those tags. The designer series paper that I used for the liner is 6 inches by 4 3/4 inches. And then the mini pizza box, this one is actually slick on or coated on both sides, the gold finish, and then the inside as well. Now this one, again, it's pre-scored, it's pre-cut where everything needs to be, and you just want to kind of fold over all of these pieces so that they are ready to fold into the box shape. And then the only thing on the bottom one that is actually holding the bottom part of the box together is the front. There are some little indent pieces that are cut out here where the little indent or slots here, or these will go down in those slots on both sides, and then this front part actually folds over, and it has some little out pieces here that actually fit down in those slots as well, and that holds that part there. These just fold in, so when you're putting your liner inside your box, you're not going to put adhesive back here, because this part does open up out of the way. And then all 3 of these sides on the top actually fold inside of the box, just like a pizza box. And then this little cutout piece is what you're going to be able to grab to reopen the box. And there's also a kind of a finger hold or finger grab piece there. So that's putting the box together. It's fairly simple, but I did want to point out a few of those tricks there. And this designer series paper is the one that we're going to score and trim some of the tabs off to make it fit inside for the holding the cards and then the embellishments. So again, I use my Stampin' Trimmer. I really like using the scoring on it, but you could also use the scoreboard. You just want to remember that with either one of them, you're going to want to, because it's designer series paper, use a light hand. Don't push down real hard because you can actually tear the paper. So it's better to go over it lightly a few times than to push very hard. So this one in landscape, which means the longer side across the top, the 6-inch side, we're going to score this several different places. I am right-handed, so I use my right hand to score, and it's easier for me to hold the paper with my left hand for the smaller end. And the first one we're going to be doing is 3/4 of an inch. If I were to do that from this side and put it in here, I wouldn't actually have anything to be able to hold with my left hand while I'm doing my scoring. So I do the first score with it going to the right side of the track. And so this one, the measurements go over almost to 1.5 inches, so I can do the 3/4 here. And again, I don't push very hard, and I'm just kind of going over it a few times, and it leaves a light little score line there. Then I'm going to flip it around. The next one is going to be at 3 inches, so I'll measure over. So I've got the 3/4 inch score line, and then I'm going to create one at 3 inches. Then I'm going to move over to 3.5, and then 4, and then 5 1/4, and create that next one there. Then I'm going to turn this into portrait, which is the 4 3/4 inch, or the short side across the top. Now I'm going to want to do a 3/4 inch score on both sides, but again, because I want to be able to hold it with my left hand, I'm keeping the paper this way. So I'm just going to flip it around and do the 3/4 on the other side again, that way. So now I'm just going to lightly kind of fold over my lines so that I can see them a little bit better when I go to cutting off some sections. So these other 3 right in here. So there are 3 score lines right in here, and then the outer ones. So we're going to start by cutting off all 4 of the outer corner tabs. I saw a lot of things on Pinterest that I really liked, people creating liners and things, but the measurements didn't quite work for what I wanted to use. So now we're going to actually take off the 2 tabs that are between these 3 lines. I'm going to take both of those out on both sides, because we're not going to need that portion, because that's what's actually coming up and making the divider part. And we just kind of need them out of the way. And then most of our folds are going to be the valley folds, which fold in. I wanted the red part to be inside, so that's the part that I'm folding it to the inside. These pieces here, I wanted it to be a valley to create the rest of this tray for the cards, and then the next one's a mountain, and then the next one is a valley again to create another tray there. So I'm going to burnish those. And then before I glue anything together, I would just want to dry fit this kind of inside the box to make sure everything fits, that I don't need to make any adjustments, and it looks like everything's fine. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to glue these 2 pieces here together that create that divider. just going to add adhesive to the one side. Having a hard time getting it to go on that side. There we go. Now I'm going to pinch those two pieces together and just kind of reinforce that. And then add, again, whichever way you want to put this in here, whether you want the embellishments over here or you want the embellishments over here, just remember not to add glue to the back portions that are going to be in this box. So I want this way, so I'm just going to fold those in. And kind of keep your adhesive toward the outside edge, because that's what's going to adhere to the inside, and it really is mainly just the top part, so that when the edges or the top of the box comes down, it doesn't catch the paper. And I'm going to kind of fold these bottom tabs up in here out of the way, and then kind of hold on to these others while I stick it in here. I want to get that bottom all the way down inside before I stick the sides up onto the side, and then these pieces here, and then that just holds that together. That way the adhesive is up on the top, so when I go to close my box, the sides here that are folding inside aren't going to catch on that paper and rip it open. So this is where we put our little spool. I found the wooden spools at a craft and hobby shop. I thought it was very cute, and I just used some twine on there, and then some of the jingle bells to put in there, and then the tags I put inside. And then the top of the box, again, I just added some adhesive to the strip. I wanted to make sure that I got it all the way. And then this just fits right across, kind of in the middle. And then I adhered the 2 1/4 inch circle down. If you get some that goes over the edge, you can always just fold that back in. It's one thing I find is really nice about the adhesive. And then I just kind of glued that in the center. And then I added a few dimensionals to the tree. Use a couple of little minis. What's nice about the dimensionals from Stampin' Up! Is they're the same height of it, foam in there, and so even with the minis and the regular Stampin' Dimensionals, you don't have to worry about there being a size difference, but that it's popping things up. And you can just kind of mix them up as you need on the back of these. And then I just adhered that to the top, and it created a cute little box that I could give away to someone for some tags, and they could use that over and over. I did create a few extra different designs using some different papers and stamp sets and stuff that I had. This one I had some gold and silver stars and some twine and stuff, and then I had some gold and silver ink that I could use that I had left over, and just created a cute gift box with the tags there. And then this one I used some of the stars and Feels Like Frost paper and stuff that we had. Some silver stars, and again some more white twine, and then I just created some cute tags that matched the paper, and the used that Feels Like Frost designer series paper in the bottom, and created a cute little gift box of tags. So I hope that you enjoyed that, and you will check out my blog and future posts. If you like what you're seeing and you'd like some more, please keep coming back. My blog is dianesblueheartsandbutterflies.com, and I post generally once a month with my stamp classes. So I look forward to being able to continue to share with you, and I hope that you will enjoy. Thank you.